Hello! Welcome back to another episode of Survival Multiplayer. It doesn't have a name. It needs a name. Come up with a name, people. I'm once again alone on the server. I have made a discovery. I actually didn't pull everything I need. I found a village out that way. I was looking for a place to set up the overworld component of a zombie pigman gold farm. And I found a desert, which was a pretty good candidate. And I figured I'd explore the desert just to make sure there wasn't anything like a fortune pick, right? Yeah. Anything like a desert temple or a village. And I found like a couple creeper holes that made it pretty evident that people had been there. But upon further investigation, I did find a completely unexplored desert temple. And more importantly to this story, found an unexplored village. So I trapped all the villagers in their homes. There were a lot of librarians. I only missed one villager died. I still don't quite know how. I think there's still quite a few, like 8 or 9. There's a ton of librarians, including ones that sell Unbreaking 3. Just right off the bat, he was selling Unbreaking 3, which I was pretty stoked about. One was selling Respiration 3, so I can start getting my helmet back. And there was a toolsmith there. We have a toolsmith at the village out down that dry riverbed over by Mike. He sells Efficiency 2 diamond pickaxes. I want to see if we can get this toolsmith to sell something better than that, or perhaps a shovel. I don't know if they can still sell shovels. I've heard, rumor-wise, that they don't anymore, which would be unfortunate. But the great thing about this toolsmith at the new village I found, it looks like he's expanding over there. I should update the map. I didn't realize he had done stuff behind his house. The great thing about this toolsmith at the new village, this is really high up, is his coal trade is amazing. It's like 19 coal. So it's time to start trading in the coal. My castle looks pretty goddamn cool from here. Hold on, it's screenshot time. Definitely want that. So it's time to start trading in the coal. And also, I'm close enough to 30 that I have a feeling grinding out all this coal and this little bit of diamond that I have might get me to 30 so I can start enchanting again. That'd be fantastic. That little keep is cool. I should finish that. Still want to hear back from you guys on what you think about the exterior spiral staircase, though. I know that episode is up right now, actually. I am recording this on Saturday, dating my content. I'm recording this the Saturday after the Friday that episode 1 of Survival Multiplayer went live, where I asked for your opinions and ideas. But I'm going to give it a couple more days. I'll throw this up on Tuesday, I think. I think it's Tuesday, Friday I want to do the multiplayer. I don't know. I don't have a fixed schedule yet. So don't take any of this to heart. Well, that was a whole level. Not bad for some coal. But I'm going to give it a little while and get a few other things on the server done. I did a quality of life improvement there on that zombie trap, where now there's an item elevator that brings all the drops to the surface, so now you don't have to travel 30 blocks underground, I think it was. 35-ish. To get zombie flesh and cactus, because you can barely see from here there's actually a cactus farm integrated into it. So I like things with multiple purposes. I'm going to do the same thing. Let me focus here. Over there's like that ring of... Well, it's nearly impossible to tell from here, but there's a ring of torches right there underneath... or directly underneath my crosshair. And a 2-block wide hole. That's a slime farm. I'm thinking of doing something similar with the slime farm drops, except... there's just always so many. Hell yeah. Treehouse doesn't look bad from up here. You can't tell there's no detail to it. And Mike's house is just... Mike's house is cool, don't get me wrong. It's too big. If it were that, but smaller, it would look pretty fucking awesome. I'm just saying. Sorry, Mike. And Dave's house is a white box. He's acknowledged this. I'm not being overly mean to Dave. Dave lives in that white box right there with the brown roof. He hasn't been able to play Minecraft lately. He's having an issue where his GPU fan has clocked the fuck out permanently. His fan controller is most likely fucked. And that's pretty much going to require a new video card. So you can't just slap a new heatsink on that. The actual fan controller on board the card is not sending any voltage to the fan, and it's not reporting any information to the operating system. If he launches like hardware monitor, it doesn't even report that it has a temperature or a fan speed. It doesn't even list them as options. So I have a feeling his... Actually, the fact that his temperature is missing, that's a larger problem with that card in general. Ooh, dirty. So yeah, there's definite issues with his graphics card. And odds are it's been like that for a while. He's also having an issue with the fan controller on his CPU going fuck crazy at times. I think these two things are related, but I'm keeping that to myself. Because I don't want to cause undue panic in the man. It's really a minor issue. Dave's watching this, so I should at least mention it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to torture him. But I'm going to get the rest of this coal ground out. Yeah, I got room for it. And these diamonds, so I can repair some shit. Because things are getting kind of meager. And I'm going to head out to this new village and show you some of these villager trades, because they're insane. So I will be right back. We've got coal. I'm also bringing some emeralds. I don't want to bring things from the skeleton I just killed. Oh, well. They're gone forever now. How's this doing? Ooh! Okay. I might even be producing better than it was before. I don't have a logical explanation for that. So it was a little this way. Head over to the village now. And not accidentally dismount my horse. So, I've been doing something in Minecraft, kind of a noob mistake. I didn't know. I'm going to share it with you in case you didn't know. So I'm running around on my horse, and as a lot of you know, you can sprint in Minecraft. And sure enough, when you're on a horse, and you get stuck under a tree, god damn it. Maybe the horse wasn't a brilliant idea. Okay. If you're on a horse and you press the sprint key, whee! See that change? Whee! You can sprint on the horse. Now I've been doing this, thinking to myself, oh, I better keep the horse sprinting because it's faster. And I could never figure out why there was never, like, a detriment to sprinting on the horse. Like, if you sprint on foot, obviously it uses your hunger, or you get hungrier faster, I should say. But nothing comes of sprinting on the horse. Well, as it turns out, when you sprint on a horse, the only thing that changes is your FOV, your field of view. You get this effect that the screen widens. You're moving at the same speed. I've been sprinting on horses for years, not knowing that. So I thought I'd share that with you. So that maybe you don't end up looking stupid in your videos. Aha, perfect. Freedom. And I still do it out of habit, actually. I'm trying to just stop because it looks silly. It's an unnecessary FOV change. It can, in fact, make some people motion sick. So I'm going to try and knock it off, knowing that it does nothing. Now, starting to realize I took the wrong white horse. I'm over halfway there. So I'm like, this is the slower of my two armored white horses, I think. I think the faster one only has 11 hearts. But oh well. Shit happens. There's the desert temple I was talking about that I found that nobody had touched for some reason. It's thoroughly looted right now. It actually might become the base for the gold farm. I've been considering doing that. That was something I had in mind when I was like, well, maybe there's a desert temple out here. Is that it would be a pretty cool setup to just reuse the generated one. The only problem I have with that one, now that it's mostly out of view and I don't get to show this off too much. Well, I mean, it's right there. Like, it only has the one tower. The other one didn't generate, and it's mostly under the ground, and it doesn't look desert temple-y. Desert temple-esque. So, maybe. Here's the village. Oh yeah, first village I found that had a blacksmith, although the loot was shit, and I'm quite sad about that. I brought a horse, so lava time is no. It's the most eloquent thing I've said on YouTube. So you get to roam free for a second. I trust you can't get into too much trouble. I didn't block that off properly. Full house, hold on. That is a fuller house than I was expecting, so I want to get in a different way. Hello, guys. I blocked them in for their own safety, so holy crap, I buzzsawed straight through to the other side. You do not have the blacksmith amongst your number, so I'm going to do this real quick. The blacksmith, toolsmith, using the old term, is not that guy. That's a Fletcher, if I remember correctly. Actually, no, he can't be a Fletcher. He's got a white apron. Yep, he's in here. Perfect. Where? No. Must protect village. Hey! You there. I've come for your custom. You... buying all my fucking coal. You have an iron shovel. Now you have more than an iron shovel. For this, I am thankful. I'm going to try to just unlock his diamond tool trade with coal. I think it's possible. This XP needs to get out of my face. Okay. Ah, efficiency 1 on breaking 1. That's not great. It's inexpensive, however. Why'd you go over there, man? I need you to not do these weird things. Okay. You need to buy more coal, though. Because I am spending a lot of these emeralds in your village. It's being recycled into your local economy. You need to think locally, sir. Not globally. You need to fucking... okay. Well, I do need one of these. So I am buying it. It's cheaper than the other one we have, if I remember correctly. No. I'm gonna sell him coal. Hopefully be able to reset that a couple times. I don't think he's gonna unlock anything else. I don't think they sell shovels anymore. That's not too terrible. You can repair a shovel with a single diamond, so it's not the end of the world. It is annoying. 30, nice. I got 30 just from this one dude. At this point, I'm just being greedy. I currently have like 30 something more emeralds than what I came here with. But I am spending quite a bit, because Unbreaking 3 guy is 30 emeralds. I think Respiration 3 guy is around the same. Anything else I want from you? No. Thank you for your business. Hey! No cheating. Are these even spawning? That is an issue. Probably in here with this creeper, who thinks he's sneaky. And I don't have any way of blocking this off without coal. I don't need to block it off, I just have to make it impossible to get out. I think they may have done it. Any other caves? There's one over here. Creeper. Oh, well then. We do battle. Open that shit up, didn't you? Oh, give me these blocks. You're helping. Hey, you over there. God damn it. Come on. Work your magic. Come on. And there we go. Getting all kinds of blocks. Come over here. Blow up the dirt. Perfect. Whatever, I'll take it. Why use durability when you can use mobs? Now, I can just do this. And that kind of alleviates the ability for mobs to get out. Yeah, no, that doesn't lead anywhere. Perfect. Okay. That should stop that. How many emeralds do I have? A lot. Let us make that not a lot. Shall we? We shall. Here it is. Gentlemen. Actually, you are of neutral gender. I do need one of these. So, 36. Motherfuck. Okay. Blast protection. I don't want to fall in there. Fuck. Oh, it's turning night. I don't want them exposed like that. You're perfect. You are perfect. Never change. That's the one I'm going to blow a wad on, actually. I want 2 of those. About 2, right? Yeah. 22 emeralds! I'm broke. That's okay. There's a dude here by string, too, which is fantastic. I want to move him... God, saying that makes me want to vomit, but I've got to move the Fletcher over. We've got a cave spider grinder. I want him there. That's going to be... I don't even want to think about it. But it shouldn't be too bad. Once you get out of the vicinity of the village, they're not terribly difficult to move. And, see, I did it again. And, I can even go so far as to go through the nether and cut the trip down quite a bit. We'll see. Either way, that's the village. That's what I got out of it. For now. I will be moving some of those guys closer to spawn. Not into my own build, just closer to spawn, because they're useful for everyone. I can't think of anyone who doesn't need an Unbreaking 3 book or 14 emerald diamond picks for repair. It's way better than actually just using your... I thought for a moment that zombie had a bow. Using your own emeralds to make picks to repair. I had sprinted on the horse again. Keep a count of every time I do that, someone, please. But that was the trip to the village. I'm gonna head back. God damn it. I'm gonna head back now. I don't quite know the way. Admittedly. I know there's a spot where I don't have to worry. No, I did have to jump over the river. So I will jump over the river. And that time I made it. I'm going to cut here to something more interesting, I hope. I pray. I don't think so, though. Don't get your hopes up. And now we have this thing. Standing here, I have a lot of explaining to do, actually, but we'll get to all that. This is a miniature, I stress miniature, zombie pigman farm. The idea here is pretty simple. They only have 12 places they can spawn because of half slabs and space. And when they spawn, they trigger these tripwires, which trigger these sticky pistons, which trigger these blocks to pop out, pushing them down level by level until they get shoved through this portal. I use stairs, very specifically, for the blocks that the sticky pistons are attached to so they don't break the string. Any other block would when they come under the string. And I originally had a different design in mind, so I had these vines here. They're not totally necessary. They actually help with a delay issue I have, where these layers are only, you know, they're 2 blocks tall. The top layer is actually, they're the bottom layer rather, is only 3 blocks tall, or is 3 blocks tall. Only. It's only bigger. So the bottom layer is 3 blocks tall, and the vines, when the pigs get knocked off of this layer here, they go slowly, and that delay helps so that they don't end up on top of the stairs. I know that doesn't sound like it makes a ton of sense, because you'd think it would actually give them a chance to end up on top of the stairs, but strangely it doesn't. It actually works to my advantage. But I need to actually get in there at some point and get these repeaters in there and add some delay. But the delay has to be... Well, I guess I could have just done it as I went. I just didn't think of it. It's not a tremendous deal. If they end up on top of the stairs, they wander off on their own in time. It's very small. I had actually only started with the 2 layers. I only just added these 2. So I'm actually not positive of how efficient this is. So I'm going to go over here. Got a little place set up. 26 or so blocks away. And when you stand here, I don't know if we're going to be able to see it. Maybe. When you stand here, you are far enough away that mobs can start spawning on those blocks. This is annoying. Any moment now. I promise this actually does stuff. So, if I'm correct, the way mob spawning in Minecraft works, I might be talking out of my ass here. It's not something I've researched recently. Is at intervals I don't know the length of, it'll check a random block specifically for certain spawn criteria, like whether or not it is a block that can be spawned on top of and whether or not it has air over it. And it also checks another block within 20 blocks, I believe, for the same criteria, a randomly chosen block. So we have to wait for it to choose... Actually... Yeah, that's how it works. We have to wait... There we go. There's a customer, and he's already in the overworld. We have to wait for it to choose essentially one of the bad blocks, actually, because the actual current spawnable blocks that exist, the 12, they don't... Well, they do have air blocks over them, actually. They have the string that's 1 block up, which would normally prevent spawns, but it doesn't have any... I mean, it has a hitbox, but it doesn't have collision. It's not solid, so I'm actually not 100% certain if it affects mob spawns. It doesn't seem to. They seem to spawn over there just fine. But I do know that if one of the valid 12 that a mob can spawn on is chosen, I'm pretty sure the generator stops because there is an obstruction, specifically the string. So if I'm correct, it actually has to choose a block that they can't spawn on first. It's a little unusual. This is actually spawning them at a pretty decent clip. I'm not unhappy with this. That was 4 now since I wandered over here. At 4 that I've noticed, anyway. For 4 levels of this, and it only goes up to 248. So I could actually add... conservatively 6... Not 6. Conservatively 3 more levels to this. I should have actually probably built it lower. I probably should, at some point in time, actually not have the bottom layer be 3 blocks. That way, I can half slab the top layer. Because I'm pretty sure mobs can still spawn above 256, even though you can't place blocks. But this is what I'm doing now for gold and rotten flesh and XP. XP is the important bit, actually. This is a pretty decent source of experience. Zombie pigmen, I'm not certain, but they seem to be worth more XP than regular mobs. So this has been a pretty interesting thing to build and very useful. I'm wondering if I should set this a little farther back, but I don't think so. Definitely not seeing any friends pop up. Pigs. Pigs. Make with the spawning. Well, I'm actually curious as to how many did pop through, and also want to see if anybody got stuck. Doesn't look like it. Don't want to take that portal. You will end up in the same place that the pigs go. That is not a place you want to be. So, if you couldn't tell already, it's built at the top of the nether, over the bedrock ceiling. And there is, in fact, this hole in the bedrock ceiling. Actually got really lucky carving this out and ended up with a perfect 2x2. Unfortunately, it's not underneath my farm. Hi, dude. I guess they can spawn on slime blocks, huh? He's far enough down that he wouldn't affect anything up there, though. So, boop. The way I did that is, do I have the remnants of it in here? Well, I have some of it. So what you do, and there's tutorials for this all over YouTube, is you get to 1 block underneath the bedrock ceiling. You have to dig around, like, here would be a good block if you could get into that. You can't from there. Anything else in this cross section? Here, actually, behind this ladder, you see these 2 nether rack? You could have dug straight up through here and only had 1 block between you and freedom. And then you kind of spam a couple ender pearls straight through, and you end up out here. But before you do that, and maybe I should have mentioned it first, I hope you're not following along. You bring dirt, just 4 will do, dark oak saplings, a ton, and some bone meal. What you do is you drop 4 dirt, just flush on top of the bedrock. These pigmen are very loud. You drop 4 dirt, just flush on top of the bedrock. You plant your dark oak saplings, you bone meal them. Then you dig out the bottom layer of logs from the resulting tree. Just the first layer of you take out a grand total of 4 logs. Then you plant saplings there, you bone meal them again. Typically all that'll happen is they'll just transform into 4 more oak logs down there. But sometimes you end up with the top of a dark oak tree spawning at that level flush with bedrock, and the leaves and the wood of the branches will replace the bedrock blocks. And then you just dig them out and you have a hole in the ceiling. And I just kept doing that over and over again until I had a decent sized hole. I'm going to do another one so that I have 1 ladder straight up to my farm, because this is the portal that leads to the human access to the farm. Then this is the ladder that leads up to where I did the digging, and then there is another ladder from where I did the digging through the hole onto the top of the bedrock, and then a 4th ladder from... Yeah, so I want to actually go straight up from here and do another hole at some point. But this is the human portal. I think I left the gate open. Kind of hope I left the gate open. It's a little annoying to try to use... I did, okay. If you're going to have a farm like this, I highly recommend this setup right here. It will save your life. I did leave that open though, so let's just make sure there aren't pigs in the vicinity to surprise me. It doesn't look like there are. So let's go up top. So as you can see, I found a purpose for one of the towers. I decided I actually want to turn the towers into something useful, especially once I move out of that one. So this one is my gold farm. And instead of a dungeon, I have the entire nether here as the West Edition, I think it is. Just... uh-oh. Hold on. What are you guys doing? Move. Oh. We're gonna play this game now, guys? Really? Yeah, sometimes they don't fully cooperate. I don't even know what you're standing on, dude. Did one of them fall? No, one of them went back through to the nether. Good lord. It's not perfect. I'm trying to use the trapdoor trick here, but they don't wander as much. And if they do end up across, there's another piston push system here to just shove them down real quick. Same basic principle on the pistons here. It's I have no way of showing you, unfortunately, due to the way I have this blocked off. But it's the same thing, string above, and then the blocks that are pushed are stairs so that they don't break the string. So, typically I AFK there for about 20 minutes, but we got a couple pigmen. So then the magic happens. And if you're wearing headphones, you might want to take them off right about now. That never gets old. Now, unfortunately, I don't have that set up where they die in one hit. Specifically, they die in 2. The way I have... let me actually show you. I'm using a hopper timer. And with 24 items, it leaves them with 1 full heart, which is 2 unarmed punches. With 25 items, it kills them. So, you do what you can. But it produces decently. I think would you stop floating around? Okay. But for a couple minutes of me standing there impatiently, I gained a level. It's not awful. Typically, I'll AFK there for about 15-20 minutes, like I said. I'll get a few levels out of it. I do want to lower that portal in the nether and expand it, make it a lot wider, because, I mean, obviously these portals that I'm using are actually 3 blocks wide and not 2. It's a benefit of the 1.8 snapshots, is as long as they're as big as 2x3, they can be larger. So I want to go much wider so the levels are bigger. But it's mostly just at this point resources. I actually ended up using the last of my pistons on that last run out to add those 2 levels. So gotta get a little bit more mining done, and then I will expand that. Hopefully we'll have something much more efficient, but at this stage that's not a terrible haul. For the amount of gold that I need at the moment, I'll take it. But I thought I'd show off what I'm doing with the towers, how they're being repurposed into something useful. I haven't quite decided what I want to do with this. I might make a villager breeding system up top, and then something to sort them in the middle, and then the dungeon I'll use for the ones I want to keep. The problem with that is systems like that are big. So I don't know how I would miniaturize something like that. Like getting the crusher grinder thing in there required some compromises. There's like exposed redstone on the top layer. That one I settled for because you can't see it from out here. But as you can see, 3 of the windows are actually blocked off. I'm not thrilled with that, but it's better than just looking in there and seeing some repeaters or whatever. I don't actually quite remember what the view was, but that wasn't particularly impressive. But I might do some kind of villager breeding thing here. The actual breeding component of a villager breeder is actually relatively small. I can hide a few doors up in the top of that they can't reach, and have that top layer be a little farm, and then something to funnel them down into the middle. The actual sorting system, however, would have to be bigger than that. So that's going to require some creativity. At least with that, I had access to an entire another dimension for a lot of the machinery to fit in there. And then I still don't have any concrete plans for what to do over there. I kind of wish I had built that tower on a witch hut. Let's put it that way. That would have been nice. And then, of course, the middle tower will be my home. So I think what we're going to do is next episode, we're going to get back to work on the exterior of this. See if we can't get the staircase finished and looking nice. Maybe even start moving in. So I'm still kind of waiting to hear back on what people think. Like, just from this preliminary view, do you think the spiral staircase gig is gonna work? I actually personally think it will. Like, let's actually dig a little bit more of this out. Can't loot these items, can I? Oh, I can. Hey. Did I make it? Nope, I never do. Don't know why I try. We'll come back around and I'll show you guys. Obviously, this isn't the final staircase. It's just an idea of the line that it'll take around the outside. I like it. So, let me know what you think. We'll get started on that next episode. But for now, I'm going to call it, as is tradition, when the moon rises. So, as always, everyone, thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Samurai.